so green, very, very lush. Last night in Spain, we have arrived in Porto! Our sail south in Europe continues, and last week we cruised along the coast of Galicia in northern Spain. We're on our way to the Caribbean this winter, and then we will continue to the Pacific, which will be our second time there, but now we're heading for the South Pacific.
Today we're heading out for a little hike here on the island. Unfortunately, we need to leave the anchorage already tonight because the weather is not cooperating with us. So we plan to head into Bayona tonight to take on some fuel and water, spend the night there on at anchor, and then continue south tomorrow towards or to Porto. Because the day after that the weather will turn pretty bad. We'll have southerly winds and pretty strong ones too, so we want to be in Porto by then. Then we'll probably will be stuck there for about a week before we can continue. Here's the crew from Josephine. They arrived last night.
Isla Cees is a national park, and it's very popular during the summer months. There is a camping site on the island, so non-boarders can stay overnight, but that was closed this time of the year.
It's beautiful here. Looks a bit like Madeira actually, I think.
The hiking path led up towards a lighthouse and a special rock. First time that we see eucalyptus trees on the trip. It's so green, very, very lush. It's tall cedar trees as well, pine trees, and great like hiking trails. This is a real road. You could easily go with a stroller here. Yeah, beautiful place, all right?
Yeah, super nice. It's a pity we can't stay longer.
Jättevacker ut. The 5 tiny Vikings ran around and explored the forest.
So we're on our way up to the top here. There's supposed to be a beautiful lighthouse.
Pedra da Camp.
Yeah, a lot of cool rock formations on this island. Like the hole down there in the rock. I would have thought that normally you only see erosion like that in rock when there's been, like the areas up north where we are from, like from the Ice Age, when you've been having a large slab of ice crushing down on the rock and just grinding it down with different rocks grinding on each other to create holes like that. But apparently here it's just from normal erosion. It must be a pretty long process, just from wind, rain, some ice, but can create that.
The walk to the lighthouse was a little too long for the kids, but the views from here did not disappoint. We could have spent so much more time on this lovely island, so we just have to come back someday.
So we're weighing anchor and heading into Bayona. It's just about, I don't know, 6-7 nautical miles there. I'm going to try to find the fuel dock in here.
We found the dock and filled up the tanks, and then went out in the bay to drop anchor.
Yeah, very nice anchorage here in Bayona. I actually never stayed at anchor here. I've always gone into the one of the two marinas here. But it looks pretty protected, and there's hardly going to be any wind this night, so it will be good. So on this side we have Josephine, and on this side Star is anchored.
Last night in Spain was a little sad. We went into town for our last dinner in Spain. The alarm clock rang early, and we left Bayona before the sun was up, so that we could make it to Porto before sunset.
Call me out, tiger. Call me out, why don't you love?
Beautiful sailing right now. We're doing 7.5, sailing really close to the coastline here. And we have the sea breeze filling in from the land, so we have a beam reach.
The sail was 65 nautical miles long, and the sailing was great. We have officially entered Portugal, and it's time to hoist the Portuguese courtesy flag.
There's a lot of fishing nets to look out for. There's been a couple of close encounters. I saw that Star, they ran a flag over, and Josephine had a close encounter with a small fishing boat over there.
Not long after, the wind died down, so we had to start the engine. On Instagram, and now we're on our way to Porto and asking for some best tips on what to do and see in Porto. None of us have been there before. It looks like a very cool town, a lot of historical old buildings, and in a big town too, so try some port wine, and yeah, I want to ride the cable cars.
In Bayona, in the marina, you were at anchor or something like this, no? Just went into Bayona and anchored off the city just for one night.
Or we're listening into the French boat out there. We sailed alongside him across the Bay of Biscay as well. And now he was asking if we were the Viking Armada. Because we're a free Swedish sailing boat. There's 2 more behind us, so there's 5 Swedish boats in a row now. Sailing down the coastline here. Kan du det? Wow!
Yeah! Awesome day!
The big breakwaters of Porto came closer, and we stared into the Douro River.
We have arrived in Porto! The biggest city that we've sailed to so far on this trip. We're heading to the marina of Douro, I think you say, and it's over there on the south bank of the river. And then the city center is a bit further in, under this big bridge, and then you come to the historic center. You can also anchor here on the river. The main anchorage is close to the marina, but there is also like a small anchorage right in the city center, but it was really small for like 2 boats, and we just read that the maritime police seems to not like boats have the sailboats anchored there anymore. But we're heading into the marina first. We need to do some laundry, get some stuff done, and then maybe we will go out to anchor a few nights as well. We'll see. I just called the marina up on channel 9, and
Here something happened with the mic, but I was explaining that we were waiting for a slip. And after a while, all 3 boats could enter the marina.
we are now waiting for 2 Ubers to take us to the magical garden. It's in the botanical garden where they have this light exhibition. It's like 1 kilometer around, and there is this really cool lots of animals that are like lit up, like installations. So I think it will be very fun for the kids. It's a little late. It starts 7:30 because it needs to be dark. But Vera, she slept a little bit now before I left. It's raining. It's been raining the whole day. It's our 2nd day here, right? Yeah, we were here yesterday as well, but we only did laundry and stuff on the boat. Today as well, we're mostly inside. So now is the first time we will head into more the city center.
As we walk through the magical garden, we get to follow Leah, Leo and their dog Lux on their trip around the world. first we came to mysterious China. Then we enter a golden Egypt. It was very exciting.
Not the best weather for this, but it is quite beautiful here.
The rain actually made it more mysterious and magical. Some really amazing sculptures.
Vilket var bäst hittills?
Ja, det var faktiskt... Det var de här som rörde på sig.
Wow!
What a nice garden, and all these installations. It's really cool now at night with all the lights.
What we've seen so far from Porto has been amazing, and we can't wait to explore more. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. If you want to see us live and get the latest updates, you can join our Patreon crew. See you next week!